watching the Pac-12 conference on ESPN and Autzen Stadium, the site as the Oregon Ducks, the best chance for the Pac-12 to get a team into the college football playoff, takes on a team that hasn't beaten them here since 2004 at Autzen. Life after Justin Herbert, and it is Tyler Shuck. He's a sophomore out of the great state of Arizona. You're in pretty good shape at a quarterback factory over the past bunch of decades in Eugene. They will run it on first down with C.J. Verdell, who is so good after contact.
He's accurate with the football at 67% on the year, and he can run it when need be.
Shuck to Verdell out of the backfield, and C.J. Verdell across the 40 for a first down for Oregon. A couple hours away from Eugene, sets up a third down and 18 for the Ducks, who've been dynamic on third down this year. This is a third and 18 that gets them to the 49-yard line, and it's Devin Williams setting up the fourth down. We've got the wide receiver essentially in the backfield in that modified pistol, and Griffin keeps it and loses the football. It's on the ground and slapped to himself by McKinley. Beautiful sleight of hand by McKinley inside the 20-yard line.
Excellent job of just kind of batting the football to himself. Griffin's going to get caught carrying it away from his body just a little bit, and he felt like the offensive lineman was coming in, had to get it away from him. That's just a great football play by the free safety.
Man, I can't get over how smart of a play that is, Andre.
Yeah. Alec Anderson had a beat on it and was going to try to dive and get it.
Oh, way offside there for U.C.L.A. Should be a flag coming in. And Shuck throws it on first down to the end zone for an Oregon touchdown to Devin Williams.
Devin
Offside.
Williams today.
Defense number 24. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
They're without Micah Pittman, the other talented young receiver, and Williams certainly getting a lot more action. Had a big catch earlier, and that one obviously inbounds for a touchdown.
It had been Oregon who'd started slow because of turnovers in the first two games.
For Tyler Shuck.
On the short kick, Knight on the return, and Quantrez Knight is drilled, and Oregon looks like they're on top of it again. The Ducks had no turnovers forced in the first 2 weeks of the season, and now a possible second one in a matter of minutes.
Close to the red zone. All is loose, just physical football game being played by the Oregon Ducks.
The ruling on the field is a fumble during the kickoff, recovered by Oregon. First down, Oregon.
That looks like it's a very clear fumble.
Yeah, fumble and clear return. Excuse me, recovery.
U.C.L.A. was rushing for. Shuck goes over the top for Ty. Brilliant design by Moorhead, and a touchdown.
What a start for Oregon.
Make sure he was across the goal line, and he was.
It is close, though. Oh, close.
Got a little Leon Lett there, but a little bit later.
You're going to take a little time and look at this because it's so close, but I think he crosses and he's in. At the very least, it should stand.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. The ball was fumbled after the runner broke the plane of the end zone.
Extra point is good for Oregon, and two reserve running backs who do play, Kashmir Allen and Keegan Jones, not available today as well for the Bruins, as Griffin gets pounded in the head by Noah Sewell, who came down to the shoulder, and the dynamic freshman with the sack.
Starting as a true freshman was ESPN's number 3 inside linebacker, number 27 overall, but you'll see him just make his way to Chase Griffin. Excellent read, stop, start. That's about as easy a sack as he'll ever pick up throughout his career.
Strong punt by Akers, and it goes bouncing to Dye, who does pick it up, and Travis Dye ends up getting some yardage out of the deal.
Well, he saved a bunch of field position.
Find out against the Rams on Monday Night Football as Shuck will throw on first down for Oregon, and Shuck with time drops it in beautifully across the 50 to the 45 to Johnny Johnson III, who had the fumble recovery earlier.
Well, a great play call by Joe Moorhead. He attacked the middle of the field with Dye, and that forced the safeties to stay home.
Dye on the run.
Because UCLA, they will not let up in terms of bringing pressure on him all game long.
3rd and 9 for Shuck. He goes the short way and does pick up the first down to Jalen Redd, the senior's first catch. It's a first down run and a step through for Dye. Shuck for Dye on a second down carry. It'll be 3rd and short.
They've got a good kicker in Camden Lewis. He's missed a couple of times on the year, but they really have a lot of confidence in him.
A good chance to get that thing rectified from 23. A short kick for Lewis. When I asked if they should go for it,
and he's still perfect at 7-7 through the air.
They run the pitch once again. Felton spun around and dropped. 3rd down for Shuck. And they get there again. Shuck eludes it and now starts to run. Breaks one tackle and gets down the sideline for a first down. Oregon moves the sticks.
Well, you got to take your hat off to Tyler Shuck. This is just a guy competing. They were almost sacked in the backfield, but closed in. And this is 6'5", 220 pounds with some, a little bit of athletic ability.
Shuck, shallow cross, and he's got Redd for an Oregon first down. 1.5 to go, first half. Oregon trailing. And Shuck comes to the sideline, and he's got another completion for another first down for Oregon. This time it's the freshman Chris Hudson with his 3rd grab of the year.
I mean, I was steaming after seeing that call.
Glad you calmed down for this good game as Griffin gets hit as he throws, and it's picked off by Oregon. Down the sideline it goes, and it is a touchdown for Jordan Happel on the last play of the first half. My goodness.
You know that quarterback clock in the back of your head starts ticking, that the ball's got to come out. You just get bodies around you. The best thing at that point is just go ahead and eat it. But you put it up, you get your arm hit, it lands right into the midst of Jordan Happel, and what an end to the first half for Oregon.
A truly outrageous finish. I mean, UCLA had it exactly where they wanted it, up on the road without its starting quarterback, and one final play sends Oregon to the lead. An amazing last play as Dorless got in the face of Griffin.
See, it's a game of inches. The first hitch, when you're stepping up, the ball should have been gone. He takes the second big one, and that's what allows the defender into his body. And half the 3 turnovers, that's the story for UCLA.
Shuck climbs the pocket. First notable run of the ball game for Shuck into open space. He had one down the sideline that was important in the first half. Gain of 23.
Yeah, Eliza Guidry couldn't get to him. I mean, he was just trying to get an angle to get to Shuck, which shows you the speed that Shuck has.
This is Verdell up the zippers.
And then the defense as well. Feels like they're in really good spots. Just would like to see them tackle a little bit better.
Shuck has the hit to Jalen Redd. Shuck with time. Down the middle, wide open man. First down and then some for Devin Williams. Inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Oregon.
Just a poor tackling of UCLA. You got to wrap up. You can't allow a shifty receiver to get his momentum going down the field. And Williams with all that size at 6'5".
They run motion with Johnson. Verdell seeks the end zone and an Oregon touchdown.
Back, and you know those carries are precious. Just low center of gravity and nobody touching.
And C.J. Verdell needed a runaway truck ramp on that touchdown as Oregon takes its largest lead. No sign of Nicholas Barmira.
And get it in Felton's hands here somehow.
It's Griffin instead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by McKinley, who had the fumble return earlier. Oregon takes over at the 22. Shuck to throw with a man in his face to the sideline. He's got Johnny Johnson, the senior from his hometown, on a gain of 18.
I thought it was a little bit closer score than what he gave or was going to be.
Shuck down the sideline. It's a 50-50 ball, and he's got it down to the 15-yard line. It is Williams, and Shuck loves the 50-50 chances for these receivers.
Yeah, and quarterbacks love big receivers in one-on-one situations because you don't have to be perfect with a football. Let the guy be an athlete and throw it around him. Williams certainly rewarding Shuck for having done so.
3 wide again, 2nd and 7. And Quantrez Knight got in there, but Shuck kept it for the touchdown throw. Hunter Kampmoyer in his first game of the year scores.
You're leaving basically an area voided to try to get to the quarterback as quickly as you can. And what a nice read by Shuck to pull it and found his tight end.
And you come to this offense, where do you think you can add value with all they did last year? And he said, when I watch tape,
UCLA a first down on 4th and 4. What a punt.
Great punt by Akers. My goodness, that is a monster that Dye has to collect inside the 25. Off the spin, Dye creates some space and just barely doesn't elude the tackle at the 39-yard line.
That's the strategy that's worked here for them at Oregon.
Behind that line, Shuck on the design roll, faked it to the right and then threw it down the seam, and he's got a first down for Kampmoyer. Nicely done off the pump by Shuck.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is an accurate passer of the football, both from the pocket, and we've seen that, but then you get this dimension as well, moving around at 6'5", 220 pounds. And
the stop by the Oregon defense at 2-0, trying to extend an 11-game home win streak. And this is the tight end, Kampmoyer, one more time rumbling across the 40-yard line. Shuck turns it upfield, dodging outside. Tyler Shuck's got a first down, and as Oregon has it, under 4 to go, 4th quarter, looking for a couple of first downs. As Shuck will throw, and he's got a short completion on a first down grab for Kampmoyer across the 35. They will sap off the play clock down to 2 with the snap, and C.J. Verdell hanging onto the ball to the 41. That was inches away from Chase Griffin and UCLA being in full-fledged comeback mode. Instead, Oregon will escape and get to 3-0 in a wonderful ball game in the Pacific Northwest, Andre.
What a ball game.
For Taylor McGregor, for Andre Ware, Jason Benetti saying farewell. 38-35, Oregon beats UCLA.